We're here at Academy JSECT in Las Vegas, owned by John Lewis, who's a former UFC fighter. He now has his own school here where hundreds of fighters come to train in hopes to one day become a professional and a champion.
Mixed martial arts is basically what it sounds like. It's all different styles of martial arts combined into one style. It's kind of what the sport, and the shows you've heard of the UFC or you've heard of Pride, the actual, those are all brands, as in WWF or WWE, not to compare the two, it's the same kind of sport, of course, but they're brands, you know, but the sport itself is called mixed martial arts. To fight in the sport, you have to be good at everything, you know, you have to be well-rounded, you know, and have some real strong attributes in specific things.
Most of the people that train in our school have no inclination whatsoever of being fighters. They just want to learn an art or want to get in shape, defend themselves, self-defense. So we have kids classes that are great. Kids want to get in here, they're overweight, they want to lose some weight, want to learn. What parent doesn't want their kid to be able to defend themselves? So people who join this gym, it's like a family we have here. And, you know, we treat everyone with respect. Everyone's an equal when they step into school.
And we've trained like fighters. I mean, right now downstairs as we speak, right now in the background, you can hear Chuck Liddell training. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. You know, and Skip trains some of the greatest fighters right now as well. And Marvin Eastman, Eric Pele, Dan Evanson. I mean, so many good guys right now. You know, but like you said though, our school isn't limited to that. I'd say 90% of our students are just a working man. They just want to be in shape. Yeah, this is Dave Howard. He's works with me in the school. He runs most of the classes actually when I'm right here. He's definitely a big part of the school right now, and has a lot of the guys love him. He's a great teacher, a lot of heart. He's a really good fighter as well. We're gonna just do a couple techniques just to teach you a couple things, just to see the idea of what we're doing here. It's just a random technique. This is a guard we call 93 guard because it was developed during that year. So I put my foot on his hip right here, my hand on his elbow. This is more of a jiu-jitsu, like a higher level technique, so it may not make sense to somebody just for self-defense wise, but you can see some of the stuff we do. In this concept here, the idea is when he's pushing against my leg, is for me to use his own weight against him, as you've heard before. Depending on where his hand is, if it's here or if it's here, dictates on what kind of technique I'm going to do. In this situation, I'm going to control his elbow. I want to keep him kind of stuck so he's not free to move. A lot of times he gets the misconception that he has a hold of something, he's holding on to something. So when I kick my leg through and I pull his arm, he finds out that he doesn't have anything. So here, now I'll put behind him. In this situation here, I'm going to grab his lapel either here, or I'm going to reach over his neck and grab his lapel here, set up a choke. If you look underneath, I'm grabbing his neck and his lapel on the bottom. I'm going to drag him on top of me. Now I have one foot inside. Second foot's going to come over. Boom. I'm just going to bring my hands straight. That's the choke. Yeah. Foot slightly over his leg. Not too deep. Just enough that I can pull it out or put it in if I'd like. Holding his elbow. He grabs my leg, thinks he has me. I kick my leg straight. Pulling his arm across. Keeping control of his elbows. Come up. Hand comes under. I pass the lapel. Grab his other lapel with my other hand. Pull him onto me. My foot. Straighten my arms out. Show. The other option for this technique comes from when his hand is lower, like this. If I was to pull his arm forward this time, there's slightly difference between this and this is enough to make the move not work. If I pull him forward from here, he'd just fall on top of me. I wouldn't really be anywhere from him. Simply because his hand is down here. So I put him under my armpit. But his hand is here, you see, pulls across. So when it's down, we do something called an omoplata. And you push his head, grab his arm here, my elbow's tight, controlling his hand. I bring my knee out, blocking his head, come around, I kick my leg straight, just breaks him down. I go forward, and the pressure's to the back of his arm here, you notice. Just ready. Let's do that again. Time. You both move a little faster. He's in first. He's in here first. Another one. That's jiu-jitsu.
So this seems like it would be a really great self-defense for women to know as well, you know, because a lot of fighting or when women are attacked, it ends on the ground, I would imagine.
Usually ends up in the sense of the guy wants to be here on a female. So that's where all your attacks would come from, like your arm bars, your triangles, maybe a sweep to reverse. That'd be good for like if a guy's here and he's normal self-defense, he sees the guy's holding you, he's choking, and then he'll freak out. The biggest thing is you use your hips. Now you're in a submission.
He's putting pressure on my elbow.
I'm using my whole body weight against his elbow. And the whole thing is the way I move my body as he's putting the pressure.
Give me 2 legs over my shoulder, straight arm bar. Am I go school?
The old.
Over 2.
Oh, okay.
No. This one here. This is really good. You're choking my neck. It's like the first technique you learn in jiu-jitsu.
Double.
Over here. Yes, submission here. So it's like very common, like guys, you're trying to choke her, you just go whoop. Very simple. And it can hurt his elbows, What Dave was doing was an arm bar on the bottom where you take an angle. Once again, you have pressure on his arm. So he's right. This is the technique. This is an art that is very much the worst case scenario is you on the ground. Which for us is the best case scenario. So if you learn to fight from that situation going forward, when it comes to the art, we believe in the worst case scenario first, and then going backwards from there. But the first thing you learned is, I'm just going to use this as a generic term, kick the guy in the balls and he drops and you win the fight. If by some reason you try and you grab him and you fall down, then you have nothing left, you're done. It seemed the worst place for us. That's our best attacking spot.
Yes.
So if you got that, then from there we go to not getting taken down, and then from there do kicking and punching wherever at that point. So at that point we always have our bases covered. And that's what jiu-jitsu is so special.
Perfect. So hear that, guys? No freaking out, ladies. When you get attacked, we're going to learn how to do jiu-jitsu and know some self-defense. Mixed martial arts has quickly become one of the most popular sports around. Combining boxing, wrestling, and martial arts, competitors have to be versatile and at the top of their game in order to climb into what's called the octagon or cage in order to battle it out to see who is the ultimate fighter.
Don't stop.
Great fighter, too. He's a great fighter as well in Hawaii.
Take it off.
We're all family here. We're all Team Brazil. Look at this little guy over here, so monster. Antonio, the workaholic. Anything else you need? You get more. Give some moments and just him himself you have.
Hey guys, we're here with Marvin the Beast Eastman, who's here training at JSECT Academy, getting ready for an upcoming fight. How you doing? What do you love about this sport?
Started kickboxing and back and forth, and the UFC thing came back apart, and kind of got interested, and that's how it evolved. Ended up taking it that way.